What's good, YouTube? I want to run you through some settings real quick that help me with my crashing experiences with my 7900 XTX graphics card. With Warzone, that's the only issue I'm having with this graphics card with my entire PC build is with Warzone. So I had to do some modifications here to get it to run better. After a lot of research videos and reading up on Reddit and stuff like that, I kind of figured it out. So I don't. This is not just from my own just tweaking and figuring out perfectly. This is just a mixture of testing theories from Reddit and just trying out some things. So I did not come up with this solution, but it worked for me and it's been working for the past couple of days. So let's just run you through it. So for PC specs, I'm running the AMD Ryzen 9 7900X. AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX is what my GPU is, and the motherboard is an MSI X670E gaming plus Wi-Fi, and I have the Western Digital SN770 2TB NVMe hard drive, G-Skill Trident Z5 Neo 32GB RAM, 1000 watt Corsair, I think it's RMX power supply, I believe. So yeah, I'm just gonna open up my AMD Adrenaline here and show you the tuning setups. So when I go to home, when you go to current game experience, I have this on default. No, it's not here. It's under gaming, I believe. Where's it at? So yeah, this was on default, but then I went into performance here under tuning. I'll go to Call of Duty. I had to make a custom game profile or add a game profile. You would see the game pop up here. You just click that thing and then hit add and it'd pop up there. And then this is where it gets more in depth. So for tuning control, instead of leaving in automatic tuning, I go to manual tuning, hit custom, and then you're gonna come to GPU tuning enabled, advanced control enabled. Minimum frequency, I haven't touched this. I just left it at the stock 500. But max frequency, I'm running 2250 or 2250. And then voltage, I undervolted it to 1050 when it was at 1150, I believe, stock. Yeah, max voltage is 1150. So then I'll just bump this back down to 1050. VRAM tuning, I have that disabled. I haven't touched anything with VRAM. Fan tuning, the 0 RPM, I just turned it off just so the way the fans are running at all times. And then enabled advanced control for the fan tuning, and I just kind of turn the fans up a little bit at the lower temperature threshold instead of here where it hits 100% compared to the temperature. So that's like what, 80, 70 something, 80 degrees right there. So yeah, power tuning, haven't touched anything there. Fans enabled, 0 RPM disabled, and then advanced control enabled, and just boost up the fan speed here. And then GPU tuning enabled and advanced control enabled. Minimum frequency, I left it at the stock 500. Max frequency at the 2250, and then voltage at 1050 millivolts. And then VRAM left disabled. So every time I run Warzone, I just come here, open up AMD Adrenaline, hit my Call of Duty game profile, so that way it should automatically pop this up. And remember, once you finish adding all these adjustments, hit apply changes, because if not, it's not going to do anything. So yeah, settings here as well. Matrix overlay. I used to have it on, but people were saying that was causing crashes too, so I just turned it off, and I haven't had any issues since. But you could leave Adrenaline open and have it on your second monitor or on another part of your monitor. Just open up momentarily just to see what your game is running at. I like running the telemetry on Call of Duty itself, so that way I can see what's going on there. Let me see here. Okay, so under gaming here, all of this is disabled pretty much. I just disabled everything because people were also saying certain things in here were causing crashes. And my main issue is with FSR or fluid motion frames, where it boosts FPS with frame generation. For whatever reason, it causes Warzone to crash for me, even if it's in Adrenaline or if it's through the FSR3 in Call of Duty or FSR1. So I just have all of that stuff disabled, and my build is running maybe high hundreds, 200 FPS, around there. So I might put a little bit of gameplay just so you can see what the FPS margin is there. But yeah, I'll have everything disabled here under the gaming section, and then home here. When you open this up, instead of having all this extra crap, I just have it on default. So that way it just doesn't give me issues. Because this before was also, I had it on Hyper RX and it would also crash. So it was a mixture of a bunch of things. But yeah, there's that for Adrenaline. And then let me run you through my settings here on Warzone for graphics. Alrighty, so where did I leave off at? Okay, let's just run through this again. Display. So under Warzone graphic settings, starting with the display, I'm running full screen borderless. I have my selected monitor, which is my gaming monitor. This is my GPU. I'm not running integrated graphics, of course, because the game's going to run like crap. Screen refresh rate, this is locked because this is based off my monitor. I think this is also what you have selected under your Windows display settings. Aspect ratio automatic. This I didn't touch. This display gamma 2.2, I think I left that as is. I didn't touch none of that stuff. Brightness, you can run whatever brightness. I'm running brightness at 50. And then constrained mouse to game window, I have that off. Eco mode preset, set to efficiency. I think you can set this to custom, but I haven't touched none of that. VSync gameplay is off. VSync menu is 100. Custom frame rate, I have it set to cap 240 FPS. And then menu to 60 and out of focus, custom frame rate to 30. I might tweak with this a little more just to see if I can get a boost in FPS without the game crashing. If not, I'm just going to keep it capped at 240. Menu render, set to optimal, pause game rendering off, and then focus mode 0. Going on to quality, I have this set to custom. Render resolution to 50. This, I have nothing here. It's locked for me. Upscaling and sharpening. This is the one that I think was really affecting the crashing for me. This is where you enable FSR1 or FSR3 if you're on AMD. If you are NVIDIA, you'll have DLSS or whatever this extra stuff is, but I don't have an NVIDIA card, so I have it on Fidelity Cast and then set that to 50. Another one where a lot of people were saying that your VRAM scale target, if you set it too high, it causes the GPU to crash. So if you set it lower to 50 or 60, it would help out a little bit. So I have mine set to 50. Variable rate shading, have that to off. And then for setting, like detail settings and whatever, most of them are on normal and medium. I don't think I have anything. I have this on low, so texture resolution normal, texture filter anisotropic, whatever that says, normal, depth of field off, detail quality normal, particle resolution normal, bullet impacts on, persistent effects off, shader quality medium, on-demand texture streaming optimize, local texture streaming normal, shadow quality normal, screen space shadows low, ambient occlusion off, screen space reflection normal, static reflection quality low, tessellation all, volumetric quality high, deferred physics quality high, weather grid volumes high, water quality all. And then view, I'm running 120 field of view, set to affected, and then wide, third person set to 80. You can bump that up higher. Vehicle field of view default, motion blur off, fill grain off, camera movement set to least 50 because you don't want your camera to be shaking everywhere. Third person ADS, transition, third person ADS, spectator helmet camera, inverted flashbang off, and parachute there we go. Third person Infill only. Okay. So this I don't really think matters too much. This matters with your gameplay, but it doesn't. I don't think it messes with crashing at all. So those are my settings and what they look like for Call of Duty. Another thing, a lot of people were saying that if you run AMD Expo for your RAM sticks, that also causes crashing. But I've tested it with it on and with it off, and I crashed either way. So I don't think that might be the issue. I think the issue is within the actual game settings and settings on your GPU for adrenaline. So I think the 7900 XTX at stock is overclocking itself. So when you set it down below to its more normal clock, I don't think it has issues. So yeah, on Ryzen Master, I have AMD Expo on currently, and then everything else is stock. Another thing I did was update BIOS on the motherboard. I updated Windows. I clean uninstalled the drivers for the GPU, and then I reinstalled drivers for the GPU with the most current. And I also drived it through AMD Adrenaline minimal instead of having all the extra crap on there. So there's that. So yeah, hopefully this helps you guys out if you're crashing. And thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it.